unless you're buying, then he can wait till the Soul Forge goes dark. A pleasure. Jakir, I wouldn't, unless you're buying, then he can wait till the Soul Forge goes dark. pleasure.
Hey, good looking.
Whatever it takes.
Have a lot on my mind and, well, in it.
I wouldn't... Unless you're buying, then he can wait till the Soul Forge goes dark. A pleasure. Jakir.
You are not Jahira. I was hoping to greet the High Harper beneath Salona's tears.
You have the lad a little nervous. You're the one toppled Ketherick out in the Shadowlands, no?
Geraldus isn't nervous. He's terrified. And he's using Salona's tears as some kind of code.
Doppelgangers! They're doppelgangers!
Geraldus, you spoiled Orin's surprise. We'll deliver you alive for that. But not you.
Wherever we go, ye gods, let there be something green.
want another?
Still on my feet. Another step forward. Out of sight, out of mind. Better be cautious.
Onward. War is an old woman's game. Into battle.
Orin's doppelgangers. How many has she brought to Baal's side, I wonder?
Mahler's mark. How many more Harper's dead? Come, laggards. There is still enough to be done this day.
Dinner. If it ain't broke, it's
Did I get it right?
Shaluna's tears. It is said no false face can stand beneath their light. An old code, Harper. But yes, you got it right. Now I need your report.
We had eyes on suspected cultists in the city, like you asked. We thought we were tracking them, but
They were tracking you instead. Evidently. Doppelgangers.
and they're not just working with the cult. Hi, Harper. They're part of it. Baalists, I think.
Sworn to Orin the Red, yes. We've already had the pleasure. Go on.
Everything seemed fine until your latest orders. Until we started to search for the Rajamar. They struck the same night. I woke to one of them strangling Chelvin, while smiling at me out of her face. She said... It said that I'd report back to you as normal. Lure you here, and... I had no choice!
I'm sure it felt that way, Geraldus. The others were likely dragged back to Orin. Tortured. Sacrificed. I do not expect you to die for me. But to risk Entharl, any citizen who might have wandered in, there is always a choice. And the Harper must be able to make the hard ones. Perhaps this isn't the life for you after all, Geraldus.
No, Jaheira! Hi, Harper! Please! I'm still a Harper. I want to help.
You've scarcely signed up, boy. And there is a war coming. Why die a Harper when you could still live as anything else?
I want to fight. For Kelvin. For all of them. So it means something.
Death is death. To look for meaning in it is foolishness, boy. Childish storybook nonsense. Exactly the kind the Harper would spout, I suppose. Fine. I have no right to make the choice for you. Not when this mess is of my making. I sent the Harpers hunting after the cult, without thinking what it would mean to be hunted in turn. Now they are compromised. And if not for you, I wouldn't even know it. I'm sorry, Geraldus. Harper. And I owe you an apology as well. I haven't told you everything I hope to learn here today. First, Geraldus, you're the last Harper in the city I can rely on. Lay low and rest while you can. I have matters to discuss with my friend here. Orin knows the hunt. In one stroke, she places the Harpers beyond our reach. Separates us from our pack. Until we know who the false facers are, we cannot trust anyone beyond ourselves. A shame of mine. Redoubled because I did not tell you everything sooner. Tell me, what do you know of a man named Minsk of Rashomon?
Oh my god! Minsk!
The name is as familiar as Jahira's own. A hero of the time of troubles, who saved the city more than once.
I sense you mean no insult, calling scarce a century ago the old days, which is considerably more insulting. Minsk is an old friend. Perhaps my oldest. We fought at one another's backs, times beyond counting. And the last time I saw him, I left him to die. There always is. But that is still the fundamental fact of it. Before we ever heard of this absolute, we received word of a gathering in the Undercity. What we found was the first dark seed of this plot. A circle of cultists with mind flayers in their midst. We might have ended it there, cut off at the root, but before I could send for help, Minsk charged in alone. It was chaos. He was overrun, dragged down beneath a mass of tentacles. I had a choice. Stay and let word of this cult die with us, or leave him and live to fight another day. The world takes much from those who presume to defend it. But sometimes, you get to take it back. So don't be sorry, because I mean to use you, if you're willing. Infection, indoctrination, eradication. That has been the fate of everyone the cult has captured so far. But it has not been yours. With your help, perhaps it need not be Minsk's either. Because I was playing the pragmatist and writing my friend off for dead. Then I met you. If I seem suddenly flushed with hope and soft feeling, you have only yourself to blame. Oh, the point is moot without a means to find him. Without the Harpers, we shall have to find another path. I'll have a better idea of what that is once we're through the gates. Seems I need to reacquaint myself with this damned city.
How about we settle on the gon?
Yes? There might be, but let it wait until the city proper. Perhaps I'll have had a better idea by then. Ask it. I've learned not to unpick the legends so many have woven around our name. Seeing the hope die in a romantic's eyes, it is only funny the first few dozen times. Some call the Harpers heroes. Others, petty meddlers who cannot help but stick their nose into every conflict they stumble across. The truth is in there somewhere. We try to work towards a common balance. If every other faction finds us equally annoying, that is probably a sign that we are succeeding. I will not bore you with a long tale. The short. I was born to a high family in Tedir. I remember little except that when my family fell, they fell far and fast. I learned young what fear and hunger make desperate people do. I learned to do some of it myself even. Until a roving circle of hedge druids found me. They raised me in the wild. But when it became clear I was, perhaps not suited to a life of idle reflection, I was sent to the Harpers. To do. They showed me how to fight with sword, as well as spell, and gave me ample causes to wield them for. If I was not always the truest believer in every cause, well, I fell in love with someone who was. And that is almost the same thing. No, not really. You might say that. I left their service and swore never to return. Multiple times, if I recall. It is easy to get tired of the intrigue. The high causes shrouded in secrecy. I thought I might find another way to be of use to the world. And for a time I did. But my comrades would use a rather irritating phrase. A harper never leaves the chorus. She simply goes to spread the song. Meaning that whatever cause I turned my hand to, there I would find them. Harpers, stuffed with their own virtue, but always there. Always trying to help. So I returned to the fold. Returned to the city. Eventually they hung a title around my neck. High Harper. And I still do not know how to play one. If I wanted to spare Geraldus the same headaches, well, you now know why I needed him to be sure this is the life he wants. But you're staring. Which means the tadpole has finally eaten your brain. Or have I been talking too much? Either way, time to move, no? Ha! No. No, thank you. Let the wiser members of my order wrinkle their brows over that particular phrase. In all my years fighting for the Harpers, I am still never certain what the greater good means. I've learned to be content with, well, that was not so bad as it might have been.
depends on the person and their virility. For you, I'd recommend 2 doses. Do you not wish to pleasure the fine maiden, to feel her fingers dripping with pure ecstasy?
How far that watch is drowning?
She has the most
Contain lights.
fabulous sandal. It's perfect
Leave
for a
and
chef.
try to climb up one, you madman! This armor
No screw too loose.
How else was I supposed to see the rock
He
dips?
told me the armor was a bargain.
can fix anything.
But good armor is hard to find. Maybe I could wear it to dinner with your folks.
You are not wearing armor to meet
What
one
I wouldn't
another
give to be the Gondian who invented the steel watch.
Actually, Gortash invented the steel watch.
He merely offered patronage. The Gondians built the steel watch.
Yes, but they were Gortash's idea, which makes him the inventor.
Darling, it's
How
very
about we settle on the
leather-like.
Gondians and Gortash invented?
Well, we're shopping for a suit. Dinner with
Librarian does this thing with her whip on all fours and
Caress is caress. Also has
couldn't get. And is that your partner with you? What a gorgeous couple. Perhaps we could come to an agreement. We want both of you, silly, at the same time.
There's an idea. If you're comfortable sharing, so am I.
Charming.
There must be a sprinkling shower of gold first. Coin.
Let's go. This is thrilling.
One chicken wing.
The librarian does this thing with her whip where you're on all fours and. Such a prude.
Look, you didn't sign a treaty permitting you to march a warband through my lands. You paid for sex.
Shapeshifters in the Harpers. My dad always admired their mission. Said they gave up their entire lives so we could live safely and asked for nothing in return. We'll rout them, right? For the city and for Dad. Sounds boring. If you insist, I'll make my way back. But don't be long, all right?
Yes? Let it wait until the city proper. Perhaps you're sure? Later, then. I tell you not to get in trouble, but I suspect it will find you whether you like it or not.
Quite the merry little party we have assembled here. Shall we? I hope you're not afraid of the dark, my darling. I must snuff out the lights before we begin. It's all part of the experience. The room is bathed in total darkness, so there is nothing to distract from your ecstasy.
The lady, Nim, moves your hand to where the clasps of her blouse lie.
You know, I had a dream just like this once.
I'm surprised you needed the two of us for this to happen, but I am so glad it has.
Oh, Empyrean High Priestess, let us worship at your altar.
The Drow siblings fall to their knees in mock prayer towards Shadowheart, lavishing caresses over her thighs.
I could get used to this.
The night skips on, filled with fantasies Shadowheart seemed all too primed to suggest.
Give me a moment, for pity's sake. You've exhausted me already.
We recover quickly, but not that quickly. Even in the best of times, it's an oasis of pleasure and calm. In the city's chaos, with Baldur's Gate preparing for war, the caress feels like the final flicker of a beautiful flame before darkness falls.
We can't rely on the Harpers. Not when Orin has them infested with shapeshifters. We're on our own. Though, I suppose we're used to it by now.
Of course.
I suppose you've earned it.
What's on your mind? Aces.
Aren't you a sight for sore eyes?
Of course.
Well, don't stand in ceremony. Come here.
I wonder what the next move is.
All right. What now?
I fought proudly alongside Harpers once. But it seems we cannot place our trust in them now. Not while Orin has their ranks infiltrated. Only by reputation. She was present when we marched against Ketheric Thorm, but on the far end of the battle lines from where I fought. And in the chaos that ensued, well, our forces were scattered. I led some to safety, but never learned of her fate. I'm glad to hear she survived. Though in truth, I should not be surprised. She was always said to be formidable and cunning. I could have learned much from her, no doubt. There is much to admire, judging by the stories. I cannot help but wonder how she would have handled some of the challenges I faced as Archdruid. Would she have helped the refugees? Defended the Grove? Controlled Korga? At least now we can benefit from her presence. And perhaps work to a common goal. Given the circumstances, you're faring as well as can be expected, I suppose. I have. He speaks to me during my nightly meditations. He is well, and Oliver also. At times they are one, and at others they divide. Easier for playing, perhaps. And the land thrives also. I doubt you would recognize it. Perhaps one day, you and I can both return and see it for ourselves.
Orin be damned. How
It is done.
Attention!
give up now. Still breathing, despite everything.
I brought my own paring knife.
Good. I was just starting to miss the sound of your voice.
Of course.
I suppose you've...
Yes? There might be, but... it's not a path I tread until we must. Let it wait until the city proper. Perhaps I'll have had a better idea by then. Ask it. Flattered as I am, you're fully supported as it is. Then let us be about it.
Well, well, well.
Never a dull moment.
your birthday. You deserve to cut loose.
What can Hoots do? Ah, forget it. My new brew could drop you in the wink of a spectator's eye. Oh, you're one of those types. Rude as you are, sneak. My business is slinging tankards, not hoarding secrets. I'd like to keep it that way. But you poke some folk hard enough, they're bound to squeal. And Mamselle Elmira there looks about ready to burst. You got it, but the new hooch is off limits. Can't have the mamsel leaping down my throat if I go burning yours. Pleasure to serve.
An elf. Such temptation. I loved many in my day, but never one so fair. Grace, elegance, just waiting to be shattered. Oh yes, I know your bliss. A sturdy dwarf, a leather whip, she gives, you receive. Or have I misjudged you? Of course you wouldn't. Who can resist the pleasure of the strap once leather meets flesh? It's Fionn you seek, our stern librarian. She isn't here today, alas. Your penance must wait. Well, we've other ways to fill your void. A drink for one, a pair of drow for another. Choose your sin. Nisha, our lovely nymph. But she's engaged in the nymph's grotto on the top floor, sweeting. The client's a favourite of hers, too. I doubt you'll be able to tear her away. But we are blessed to have a devil in residence at the moment. A temporary guest. But he asked that I send any potential clients his way. Everyone who's paid a visit looks quite changed by the experience. Indeed he did. Raphael. Exceedingly handsome, and with a voice that could make the foulest blasphemy seem the sweetest hymn. Sweeting, I'm no fortune teller. If I had a crystal ball, I promise I'd already have consulted it. Truth is, Fion's gone well missing, and my hands may be skillful, but they were not made to turn every last stone she might be hiding behind. To service is my calling, not to be served. But I'd be a fool to say no. The girl kept my coffers near overflowing. 2 flights up, then turn right, and right again. That's Fion's pleasure room, Elminster's library. Here, take the key. I'm listening.
You are safe, my love. I'm here. I won't let anything
Truly this petty.
Look at you. You're exhausted. You've been pulling all-nighters to keep watch.
After all this time. Not long before we leave scouring places like this behind, part of me will miss it.
I will not. It is our chance
I wonder what's
to
past
start
this.
over. And I will gladly do so.
The master plans to expand his territory. Nothing happens until...
Brothel? Pleasure house?
Blood near the bed.
You notice some blood has pooled on the wooden floor. The blood seems to have dried out over the course of a few days. You can't make out where it comes from. blood you noticed earlier still remains on the...
Master plans to expand his territory. Take Candlekeep. Maybe even R.
Oh, I'm sure he has plans. But I wouldn't dare guess at them.
One more mark, then we can go.
The Master said we have enough. The Black Mass is ready to begin.
It's not for the Master. It's for me. I want a beating heart there, ready for me when the Mass is complete. And we're finally granted our freedom. After 200 years of rats, I think we deserve a real drink.
There is no time. We are expected back at the palace.
Relax. The Black Mass won't start until Master drags Astarion from whatever hole he's hiding in. We have time to find one more person. I didn't realize we had company.
Please pay my brother no mind. His imagination and his mouth get the better of him sometimes. But it does not matter. We were just leaving anyway. Weren't we, Petras?
Yes, of course, dear sister. I just need a moment, and then we can leave.
had long enough. We are just leaving.
Oh, I could go for a good meal.
After all this time.
We are just leaving. We are just leaving. We.
Come to Baldur's Gate, he said. Adventure.
Sir, good, sir. Oh, apologies. Thought you were someone else. Greetings, so forth, so on. Fionn, one of Mamselle's girls, who laughs like a star's twinkle. Not seen her for a 10-day. 10 days and 4 bells to be precise. Not that I'm counting. The landlord, Sir Frago Antuna. A most generous soul, I assure you. Missing? I hadn't thought her missing, just not here. Or elsewhere. Oh. I suppose that's like missing, but with extra words. You don't suppose the murderer who's on the loose got hold of her? Oh, goodness, no. It's too horrible to imagine.
Bloomin' hell, you look famished. I've got some victuals that'll warm you right up. Have a skeg at these. That should do you. There's that sweet mug. Fionn. Poor lass. Works her arse off for the mumselle, but don't get much in return. Not seen her mug for a carp's age. I figured she'd gone up the road while the going was good. Killer on the loose. Cult army marching wee way. Been thinking I might scarp her too.
No one's stopped me yet.
It's to keep watch. I know you have.
I don't mind.
Birthday boy's just nervous, but don't worry. Everyone in Sharesh's caress is
Hoots, please, just make the drinks.
High house of one.
Sex life.
Pleasure isn't just physical, it's a state of mind.
ready, whatever it takes.